right, everybody. Welcome to this fine Wednesday. You got me, of course, the host, sitting right here in front of you guys with co-host Dr. Wu from the UK, bringing you another number one most open-minded show on all of social media. Right here, right now. Number one.
Number one.
Guys, hear that. Number one most open-minded show on all social media.
Damn right.
I mean, 100%. 100%.
110, 20,000% plus one more extra on top of that one.
I mean, there's not even a doubt in my mind that we are the most open-minded. So open-minded. Now, I do want to mention, hold on a second. Let me turn that off. I do want to mention, if anybody who does like, here, let me share the screen. Anybody who does like horror movies, horror talk, that kind of stuff, did a show last night. Horror talk, best sci-fi horror movies that blend genres perfectly. So if you guys are anybody's into horror movies and stuff, the show went on usually longer than I thought. I usually only like to do a show like 1 hour kind of over there, but we kind of went over 2 hours because we had a third guest nice. who just wrote a book called Zombie Earth. So
nice.
So it was kind of cool. It was kind of fun. It was a little long, but it was kind of cool. If you guys are interested, jump on over and watch it. It was a good time. And it's a fun topic to talk about sci-fi horror because almost anything is category. And of course, you guys all know I love Reddit to talk about sci-fi horror. I love Reddit because as soon as I put my list out of my favorite sci-fi, one guy comes out. I love Reddit. You guys want people to really talk crap? Really talk crap? Put your stuff on Reddit because I get this guy, dude, the Terminator is not a horror movie. I'm like, okay, it's a sci-fi movie. Did people die in the movie? Yeah. Did he care if Terminator killed people? He didn't care. He killed, stuck his hand into a man's heart, pulled out a heart. If that's not a horror movie, I don't know what is. Yes, it is categorized as an action movie, but I just love people on Reddit where they things. They know what category everything goes in. And they don't understand is, dude, just sit back and watch. Stop putting everything in categories. Not everything is in category.
Well, it's Reddit. Reddit to me is, I call it the OCD site. Everyone's got OCD. Everybody's they've got their OCD sets. Like they're super nerds. Like they're beyond nerds where they're OCD nerds. I had buddies that I rode, I had a scooter. I had two scooters. I rode a scooter, but these guys had their own scooter, white trash scooter or scooter trash or Euro scooter trash, whatever they want to call it, Reddit sites. And if you go in there and you mention one wrong thing about a fucking scooter, if you don't know the scooter language, boom, they're all over you like flies on a log of shit. I'm like, God damn. I got the name wrong.
I know. Everybody on Reddit thinks they're right.
Well, that's the site that that's the OCD side, I call it. People don't know what OCD is. It's actually a mental illness. But I don't care. I don't play. Sometimes I go on Reddit just to be an asshole, to be kicked out. I get kicked out of everything just for the fun of it.
Well, I go,
playground.
That's why I develop, my own Reddit where, nobody talks shit on my Reddit. I got some good topics. Like I got a new one. I want to watch why the government went after porno papyros. That's a good video. Horror. And Bob, if you scroll down, you got our friend who did Dreams, Haunted Dolls. If you build them, they will come. Martin's on here, and then here's one of Bob's latest videos, Dr. Wu and the Beast's End of the World.
Yes.
So, I try to put a variety, and, nobody here yet, I have not seen it yet where anybody, yells at each other. But as soon as you go to a horror page or something, it's like everybody's got an opinion. So
yeah, right. Yeah.
So hold on.
I'm gonna have a Reddit page on beard combing. How to comb
Legally Blonde is a horror movie.
Yeah.
I mean, not we don't always have to put categories on everything. I mean, there's so many crossovers. It's like that old battle. There's no battle. There is no battle. Jaws.
No,
is Jaws a horror movie or is it an action movie? Does it really matter? Really, does it really matter?
No, that's funny. Legally Blonde, Eric. Have you ever seen that movie? It's hilarious.
Exactly, Venom. Everyone is wrong. I'm right. That's what it is. Everybody's wrong, and I'm right. Now, guys, we're gonna talk about the Mandela Effect movie in a different way.
Yeah,
we both did our reviews. We both said the movie's a bad movie. Now, when we said it's a bad movie, the movie's a bad movie. It's not because of the title of the movie's Mandela Effect. That didn't have nothing to do with saying if the movie's good or not. The movie was just a bad kind of written movie because they didn't know what it wanted to do, and I have ideas on how they could have done it better, but we'll go towards that more.
Yeah, Darth Vader and spaceship.
So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of break down the movie kind of like from the beginning and the end because there's different reasons why people hate it. Now, like I said, Bob and I, we're realists. It just wasn't a great written movie. That's beyond that. But are the Mandela effects in it? Are they kind of real? Are they based on some real stuff? Because there's a lot of channels. I'm not going to mention any names. They say the movie is made to make fun of them. That's what's out there. Oh, Robert 46 is on D Live. So I want to say welcome, Robert 46. Welcome on D Live. I just want to say hello. So I don't want to make sure that people D Live don't get missed. And so we're going to talk about, were they trying to make fun of people who believe in Mandela Effect? And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, AJ, Jason Walker's watching us from Facebook. Hello, Jason. Jason's a great guy. The movie's not making fun of people. It wasn't made to make fun of Mandela Effect, okay? Let's just clear the air, okay? Because Hollywood is there for one reason: to make money. Yeah. Period. They're there to make money. And at the time when every movie, not movie theater, every studio is looking for a script to make a movie.
Yeah.
At that time, Mandela Effect there was some movement of Mandela Effect in communities. There was conversations, and it was like, to Hollywood, Mandela Effect is an urban legend story. I mean, that's the same what it is. I'm not calling it urban legend, but in Hollywood eyes, Mandela Effect is an urban legend. And what did most Hollywood want to do? They want to make a franchise. So they probably really wanted to make a franchise from using Mandela effects, right?
Yes, yeah.
Nobody. So what is this? It's not believing, but knowing the Mandela effect is real.
That's how it is.
Ash is the last face on the first Darkman. Darkman feels no pain. Ash cuts off his hand. Darkman, Ash laugh out loud. Soup guys made some serious money off AMC stock. This is crazy. They went $7 tomorrow. It's squeezing. Hey, AMC, you guys, people help save AMC, which AMC is doing something else kind of cool. Cinerama, we have one in Seattle, that nice, big, huge, beautiful movie theater. They all went under. But AMC is developing money. They're buying the Cineramas to keep it alive. So thank God for that. Now, to the studio. So they made the Mandela Effect movie to make money. Okay, so let's actually on YouTube, people, you guys can actually watch that movie for free.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree, Eric. I'm sorry, man, because it's free on YouTube. I don't see that movie making no money. It reminds me of what's his name? What's his name? Steen, that had them fuckers on that couch, all the girls to place. Yeah,
the movie's not making no money because they did a bad job making it.
Yeah, it's some kind of CIA bullshit one.
What movie? We're talking about the Mandela Effect movie itself.
Yeah.
Suddenly, we're talking about the Mandela Effect movie itself. No, you're right. The movie's not making money because they made a bad movie.
No money. We made that movie.
But
there's no franchise either.
No, they squashed that chance because, like I said, the biggest problem that they did with this movie was, they try to shoot every single thing in it, every single top 10 Mandela effects, and then they finally try to decide, are we going to go the paranormal route or are we going to go to the parallel universe route? Then they finally decided to go on the simulation theory route. But the movie's also short. So it was hurt by being short. Now, I'm going to tell you, but let's look. I mean, I'm not going to play it, but let's look. Like I said, I'm not going to play the movie, but if you
I rewatched it today with some other people. We found a couple of interesting points in it. Okay,
now, like I said, I'm not playing this movie, but in the beginning of the movie, they're at a beach and she's holding Curious George by the tail. That was like a clue number one. Like, Curious George don't have a tail. Now, is there anything wrong with that scene? Actually, there's not, because that's one of the Mandela effects. That's one of the things that they were trying to do.
Yeah.
The monkey was the reason where she drowned. So using that was not an issue. I mean, I'm not saying they got it right, but Curious George is a Mandela effect that's out there. And for some people, according to some people, it is their number one Mandela, supposedly woke them up. Supposedly. Now, my opinion, I think 70% of people who say Curious George is their one that woke them up, I call bullshit. Just because everybody I've known when I was a kid, I never knew one person who owned a fucking the monkey. I'm serious. I never knew one person. So when people say, I think they're making it up. I really do. There's a few that might have owned a Curious George monkey, but dude, majority of the people did not own a fucking monkey. And when they come out and say this is number one, I call bullshit. But Bob, in that movie, that's a Mandela effect. I mean,
he had a tail, and he hung out with the man with the yellow hat. I remember that as a kid with the books. He hung out with the man with the yellow hat. He's a tall guy with a yellow hat, like a hat, yellow hat, and then Curious George always had his long ass tail with the back end of it.
Yeah, and of course at the end of the movie,
like that monkey.
And of course at the end of the movie, there's no.
Yeah, she carries it without the tail after it reboots itself. The whole movie reboots itself. It's doing a time loop where it's rebooting itself into a time loop. I watched the movie again today with some other people. We kind of took some notes. A lot of things that people didn't see that I saw a lot of shit. I was like, that's what I mean. We know the movie's bad, but we're talking about things that we've seen. Okay, so in the movie, guys, the girl dies. Plain and simple. She dies, and then one of the biggest things that people always say about this movie is that they made this guy look like a madman because it takes somebody dying to start opening up to the world. Now I'm going to say something about that. I want to bring this up. Yeah. I'm gonna grab my book. Keep talking.
Bring it up, and I'm going to call bullshit on a lot of you people who say that, because on this show itself, on other shows itself, a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people said it took an event in their life to see things change. Some people said they almost had a nervous breakdown, or they almost died, they had a near-death experience. A lot of people have said there was things that they happened to them in life that woke them up. Now, if that's the case, I'm not saying everybody, but if that's the case, why is not all right in this movie?
Okay, I'm back. I got my book.
So all I was saying is a lot of people hate it because they said it was making fun of you, making you look like you're a madman. But what I was just saying, Bob, is I heard a lot of people on this channel on some other baby truther channels.
Yeah.
They'll say that, they had a near-death experience that kind of woke them up. They had
the majority.
The majority, a lot of people said that they had a nervous breakdown and went, they're normal, but they woken up. So what they did in that movie, which is still a bad movie, what they did in that movie had a big percentage of people on this channel and other channels have said there was something that triggered them to see the Mandela Effect, near-death experience and all that. A death in the family, a death of a daughter. So
that's what I found out.
If you hate the movie because of that theory, how? A lot of you said that's how you woke up.
Well, yeah, I talked to people, both sides, which is awesome. I love Tony's side. I love his people on his side. They don't play with that. They don't go there with the effects. They live their lives the way they live their lives. And like I ask questions like, do you have an addiction to drugs, or do you have pharmaceuticals now that you need to take that are painkillers? Someone like, no. Okay, so have you had this? No. Have you had this? No. Now you being honest? Yes. Okay. Well, no wonder you don't have the effect. I just found out that a lot of people that had either drug problems, felons, I mean, really fucked up fucking people, just saying have the effect. I'm like, you addicted. You take narcotics now? Yes. I take a painkiller because I have sciatica. Okay. Well, I'm going to put you on a yes on that one. Have you had this problem? Have you had a near death? Well, the what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It seems to me you might be one of the reasons why you have it. Well, you're saying that it's because I have all these. No, I'm not saying that, but simple. There's something you need to fix. It's what it's telling me. You need to get off these things or get yourself fixed. Maybe the Mandela Effect for you is the reason why you see it's because you got these problems you need to fix. As in, I've talked to other people who've had no problems. They're no drugs, no nothing, and they don't see anything. I said, well, maybe there's nothing wrong with you. It's just you don't need to see anything. There's nothing for you to fix. So you can go about your life. It's just fine. These other ones are screaming because they got problems. I don't know. It's only a stupid theory. I would throw this one out. I'm just because there's a lot of near-deathers.
Yeah.
A lot of people who talk about ODing or overdoing their drugs and having a freak out. And after they had their freak out, then they could see everything. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. So your brain is damaged now. Okay, I get it.
When people say the movie try to make them look like Madman, no, they just use the stories that are out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, I would say that people use the trying to make us crazy as clickbait.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm saying now in this movie,
a lot of them are. I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, a lot of motherfuckers are crazy with the Mandela Effect. Now, what about you, Robert? Well, yeah, I'm pretty fucking daft myself, if you guys could pretty notice. But, we call our own. But, yeah, Eric, I have seen a lot of wacky-ass fucking people with the effect. I'm like, I don't want to be your friend. I don't give a shit if you have the effect or not. I have it too, but I don't want to be your friend because you're fucking nuts. I'm just saying. In my very small opinion.
Yeah.
Very small opinion. Eric, you're not nuts, so you're okay.
I did got to say, AGM, I think you might be wrong on this one. Mandela Effect is great for husbands who cheat on their wives. They can blame the Mandela Effect. I don't think it works that way, AGM. That's kind of funny, but I don't think it works that way. Sorry, honey, I cheated on you. I must have had a Mandela Effect. I thought that was my wife.
No, I've seen that. No, what he's saying is right, dude. According to my anthropological study, I've talked to people with the effect. And they're like, what one guy, okay, so he was in the Marine Corps, and I'm gonna say honestly, he's one of the bigger guys in the community. And he was in the Marine Corps, and then somebody in Britain found out this guy, he got booted out of boot camp. He got booted out of Marine. So he kept bragging about being a Marine, being an air ranger, all kinds of stupid shit, bragging and shit about. Someone found out the dude got kicked out. And so I'm like, okay, so what's up with that? And he goes, well, what are you talking about? I was all the way through. I went through all the way to the end. I was in Afghanistan. I said, bullshit, dude, you got kicked out. He says that, well, not in this reality. Well, this reality I was kicked out, but in my reality, dude, I was in no, you were not in Afghanistan. You're a liar. They were using the Mandela Effect as a lie excuse, saying that they were, like you said, cheated on his wife. It wasn't me. I've never cheated on my wife. It must be a Mandela Effect because my past has changed. I have no memory of cheating on my like,
well, there's two comments I like. Mandela is not an issue unless you're trying to convince people with emotional rushes.
Correct.
And I like Beethoven. I'm not convinced. I'm not in the convincing business. I'm not a car salesman.
Thank you very much. Yes, that's you guys are disclaimers. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
This channel, I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. Yeah. We're here to have the discussion.
Yeah.
And channels that try to tell you either believe in this or you're an idiot, they're nothing more than what I call baby truthers. They're nothing more than baby truthers. You don't have the right to tell people what they should believe or what to believe in.
Yeah.
But you should be able to have a conversation, a good conversation, because your memory, people in the chat, is your memory. Your memory is not my memory. My memory is not your memory.
Yeah.
If your memory becomes what other people tell you, you're falling in that trap where we talked about this on Monday, where I don't know what has happened, but seems like everybody in the truther community, in the baby truther communities, are now saying don't do research anymore. Don't listen to different people anymore. They're all telling you should not listen, don't study, but follow me. I'll tell you what you should believe. People used to say CNN, Fox News creates people as zombies, right? Now these truther channels, I don't know what has happened, but all of a sudden they have become the CNN, Fox News. They want zombies. Is it because they want all money? I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer, but never, ever people tell people on what they should think. You should know what you want to think.
Yeah.
As simple as that, Don. You are allowed to think what you want to think.
Well, as long as you're comfortable in your own skin.
Well, it's debate. You know what? So we don't actually debate here because the reason Bob and I don't debate anybody, there's nothing to debate. We talk about, there's evidence for a Mandela Effect to be true. There's evidence for Mandela Effect to not be true.
Yeah.
There's nothing to debate. I mean, when people say Ed McMahon, there was a music video that him saying he gave chicks out. That was just a music video. That's not evidence, But do I remember American Publish House? No, I never remember a company called American Publish House.
Yeah, says American.
I know publishers, but those commercials to me are not residue at all.
Yeah, I remember the back of our TV guide. I call it the Bible. I remember the commercials. I remember Eric doesn't, but I do. So everyone's different. It don't mean anything bad. Some people do, most people don't. And then some people that say they do, I don't believe them.
Well, here's what Nas says. For myself, it is an everyday strangeness.
Correct.
It is my life here. No one could tell me what is not happening to me. The entire whatever is strangeness. Nobody could tell you what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. Nobody could tell you. We could talk about it, but at the end of the day, you know what you saw. It's like the old Bigfoot thing. You might have saw Bigfoot and nobody else seeing, so nobody believes you. But you know what you saw. You said one day when you're at Fresno that you saw unidentified objects.
Oh fuck yes, I did.
Okay? Now I can say, Bob, that's all hoax. They're all balloons.
Exactly.
I'm not there.
Exactly.
Can't verify what you saw, what you didn't.
Yeah. I saw that.
Crazy. Now, in this movie, there's a scene where with his daughter, they used the Bearstein Bears.
Yeah.
Because the Bearstein Bears was the Bearstein Bears is spelled now at the end STAIN.
Yes.
But most people remember Stein. Now they use that in the movie. Okay. I have also heard in a lot of these channels when they do what they call their so-called awakening, Bearstein Bears is one of their big ones about the word change. Now, for me, guys, I never read the fucking book. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys, 70% of the people saying Bearstein Bears is their biggest one never read the book either. You're taking the word of somebody else. Now, Bob remembers reading the book.
Oh, absolutely.
I never saw the book. So Bob and I might have a different opinion on this. To me, I don't give a shit how the Bearstein Bears is spelled because I've never read the book in the first place. I don't even remember what the original words are. But for Bob, he read it, so it's something to him. So Bob,
because I was married.
What do you remember?
Well, because we didn't have Eric. You and I didn't have this book growing up. We didn't have kids' books like this.
I have a mom.
We had Shotgun News. We had all these other gun magazines, hunting magazines. We had all the good ones. Soldier of Fortune magazine. I had comic books. You had comic books. So we didn't have Berenstein Bears. I was married, and the kids had the potty train. So the best way to potty train is to read a book to the kids while they're on the potty. You do potty train the kids. Like, sit down on the toilet and keep sitting there, and I'll read you a book. And so the ex-wife had a stack of those Berenstein books, the little kids. So I used the Berenstein books. I read the Berenstein books to the kids while they were potty training. So I know them fucking. It ain't like a book that was sitting on a cupboard that I walked by and I'm not quite sure about. No, sitting down in a bathroom. If you guys have ever potty trained kids, it's a lot of hard work to potty train children. So I read them fucking books, Berenstein books in the bathroom. So
I do want to say, Bob and I do back you up, Venom, about map changing. That's something that we Bob did a whole show with Texas Danny before. Yes. Map changing is something to it, but maybe we'll talk about map changing more towards the end of the show. But Bob and I, we're with you on map changes.
Absolutely.
Now, what is it? I like what Kirk says here. Skip over the Bears. I don't care. You're right.
Yeah, correct.
I never read the books, and I guarantee 70% of the people never read those books either.
Yeah. They haven't. I mean, it's an individual thing. I think most likely. Now, I'm more of the spiritual kind of camp on certain things. That something's talking to you as an individual, not as a group. As an individual, not as a group. So you have things that you had in your life. Like me sitting in the fucking bathroom with the kids, teaching them how to potty train with the Berenstein book. That's personal to me and only to me. That's why I have that one. You have to have been through that boot camp for me to be so adamant about that change. Each thing is for you as an individual, not the group shit. I don't believe in this group shit like that.
now, one thing. The reason I'm showing this, the one thing they did do right in this movie is he's actually researching it up. Different stories, different people. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get what you're finding automatically, but I would say at least in the movie, in theory, he was researching on why he's thinking one way or the other. I recommend everybody doing that. I'm not saying you're going to get the right pages or the right website, but I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to research and listen to different people. So for that part of the movie, he did it right. Now, I don't like it how he found somebody and is like fucking next town over and the supercomputer's next town over. I mean, how lucky can you get, right? I mean,
quantum computer. Yeah.
But Eric, we'll get to the quantum computers.
Well, let's do this before we get too far into the movie. You know how I have my theory. People know me. I have a running theory. Now, this is where Eric's aces in my fucking research. Eric, we need to find out what is the name of the director. I need to know the name of the director. I need to know some information about the director and the producer.
Oh, this movie? Okay.
Yes. So this is where I go, guys. I'm doing the other research. I don't care about the fucking change. I'm way past this. I want to see the other stuff. I'm coming up with a bigger picture. Now, I have a suspicion, and people know me. They know what I'm already fucking going to say. What's what direction are we gonna? What kind of director? What group is this director gonna fall under? Let's find out. Everyone that knows me knows where I'm gonna go with this one. I don't know the name, so we'll find out right now. I'm taking a guess though. Let's find out.
And Venom, I am going to agree with you on this. I have a pure memory of her having braces, and I have yet to hear a good one why she's not. But for me, if it's a false memory, then it's a false memory, because I do have memory of her wearing braces, because I watched Moonraker with, Roger Moore was my James Bond, who's my age group.
Yeah.
You know, it was my age group. It's John. Bob was between Sean Connery to Roger Moore. Bob was a little younger, older than me, so Bob had both. But when I started seeing James Bond, it was Roger Moore. I mean, he was the guy when it came out. So, okay, so the Mandela Effect movie, there it is. Let's see here.
Director.
Okay, so it's directed by a guy named David Guy Levy.
Oh, say the name again.
David Guy Levy.
Okay, does anybody out there know why I'm going Anybody out there? What do you see? Let's start off with this correctly. Like every other movie that has a continuity error that seems to alarm a lot of fucking bells out there, the directors all have the same what? What are they? Sidebar, come on, help me out here. What are they? What connection does all of the directors, including Steven Spielberg and David Guy Levy, what do they have in common?
Jewish.
Yes. Every movie that I have seen and peoples that have these changes are all the same. I'm not putting down. Understand this? Make the reason. I'm not putting down any people. I'm not doing no anti-Semitism. Eric and I found out our dad is half Ashkenazi, so we could say whatever we want about the Jewish community, since technically we're a third now. Anyway, but they are all Jewish, 100%. Now, were they Jews practicing? I don't know, but that is just a connecting factor that they all have. I'm not putting them down. I'm not saying that they've done anything bad. I'm just saying it's ironically weird and sync to me that all of these directors with all these movies that have these weird anomalies, pair of fucking whatevers, are all Jewish. Yeah. David Guy Levy. And he makes what? The Mandela Effect movie. Wow.
He was also behind another thing called "And Banking on Bitcoin."
I wonder who else fucks with Bitcoin. Let's say, what's his name? Fucking Money for Fags. He does a Bitcoin fucking thing too. I don't know I forget that fat guy. He's a Jewish too. He's another Jew. No offense, Eric and I are Jewish. But anyway, so we can call our own. But anyway, how is it that this community is dominating all the movies with all the changes? It's just food for thought, guys. Just why is the question. That these particular peoples are the ones that have these weird movies. I didn't even know the name. I was like doing a blind bet, put money on it. I guarantee you this guy's fucking boom, done, got it, nailed it. Of course he is. And Eric, I also have a clip because I watched it today to kind of drive this nail home as they did. No offense to them. 3 of them, I think it was. Anyway, if you go into the movie, we're not watching the movie, but if you go into the movie, 9 minutes and 9 seconds, go into the movie, 9 minutes and 9 seconds, you're going to see something. It's interesting in the movie.
9 minutes, what?
9 minutes and 9 seconds. 9.
9:07. You're saying, right? Does this look in the
9
area?
minutes and 9 seconds.
So this is 9 minutes and 7 seconds. Let me see here.
Okay, that's close enough.
Okay, now it's at 9:09. So
okay, let's see if we can find something there. Get a couple seconds in there.
Oh. It's nice to hear about something happy.
I mean, we're not seeing anything on screen.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I was already
staring at you.
I didn't realize I didn't have it up. That was me. Hold on. So that's 906. Hold on. Let me get it on 909. Because that's 909 right there.
Okay. Hit play.
Oh, it's nice to hear about something happy. Honestly.
Nice to hear something happy.
Mind if I ask you something that's going to sound weird?
Is this it?
I think so.
Remember the children's book when you were growing up about the family of bears?
The Berenstain Bears.
Berenstain. S-T-E-I-N.
Yeah, Stein, they were Jewish.
It's Jewish.
Oh,
You already said?
the Jewish word.
Yeah. You already said. I should have shut up. Do it one more time. You can. That one little snip. I shut my mouth, guys.
There we go.
Family of bears.
The Berenstain Bears.
Berenstain. S-T-E-I-n.
Yeah, Stein, they were Jewish.
Yeah, I heard the word Jewish, but I couldn't hear what he said right before it.
Well, yeah, talk about, but they mentioned the word Jewish in there, and that's not the only time. And also, there's I gotta find it. I didn't write down the number. I gotta find it. There's a section in the movie. I think I have someone looking for it. Well, there's a picture in the background, and in the picture, you're gonna see two triangles or two symbolic pictures of two triangles, which was the Star of David. And there's a Star of David in the right blatantly in the background during the movie. And I'm like, okay, you didn't have to show that. I worked at a museum and I did props. Okay, so everything I put in that fucking space for this exhibit is supposed to be seen. Everything, every word is supposed to be heard. Everything. So it's got that undertone to it. It's making sure that you know that this is a Jewish movement. Now, again, people, nobody is insulting anybody's race or anybody's culture or anybody. It's just what it is. And it's ironic that, of course, Donald Dump Truck fucking put out that law about, I don't want to go into details about, but yeah, this is really starting to, my notes, people, I'm just doing notes. I'm not accusing anybody. Getting pretty thick on certain specifics of changes. Yeah.
Well, I learned something today. I learned halito. Halito means hello in the Choctaw language.
Oh, Choctaw.
Choctaw. Halito.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it? Halito? H-A-L-I-T-O. Halito.
Hello is Choctaw.
That's cool. So now I'll see everybody. I'll say Halito.
Well, don't forget that now there's evidence to support that there would possibly one of the lost tribes of Israel were in fact in the United States. They were the Mississippian cultures. They're the ones who built the large snake mounds. And there are artifacts being found with old, like Aramaic, early Hebrew scribings and things. And I'm like, oh, shit. Wow. And they're doing the DNA testing, which they can do now on an advanced level with the Cherokee people. And they've found the old Jewish gene, you might want to say, or the old Hebrew gene from possibly an older generations much earlier got to the United States. One of the lost tribes, because the tribes went everywhere. So a lot of weird things. I'm just putting that out there with this. Oh, thank God, look who's here.
Check out the X-Files Mandela Effect episode from the beginning to the end and email me what you find different.
Okay, so check out the X-Files Mandela. Okay,
you know
I will.
Funny? Mandela Effect? I didn't watch that episode. I mean, I know the episode you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I even have a clip on my other channel from that episode. Actually, hold on a second. Give me a second. Let me pull up that clip. Hold on. Let me take this off the screen. But last night I was actually watching some X-Files on Hulu. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm writing it down so I don't forget. Everyone knows I have a memory problem, so I'm writing this down. So I'm going to watch it tonight. Homework done, and I'll just send you a private email.
On my Horror Talk channel, I do have the clip of the Mandela Effect from that episode.
Companies like G spending billions in profit to repress these memories. The only thing I haven't been able to do is to figure out how they're doing it.
They can't. I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Mandela Effect is
It's the
simply,
Mandela Effect. Guys, it's the Mandela Effect. Just say it.
is simply people misremembering stuff.
But maybe this is actually evidence of a parallel universe.
Wait, what?
Hey, that's what I love about X-Files. They bring up every different point of view, and some people say they were making fun of Mandela Effect itself, but the show is about two different points of view. I didn't think they were making fun of it. I think Mulder was bringing an idea to people that if it is real, why not be a parallel universe?
Yeah.
I mean,
So I've got some research here I want to show. Eric, we're going to go back to that video one more time. Okay, we're going to go back to that video one more time. And here we go with the numbers, everybody. But yes, I'm going to watch that episode tonight. Mandela Effect, and I'll get back to you with an email. We want to go into it 9 minutes, Eric. 6 seconds. 9 minutes. 6 seconds. Whole lot of threes in those. But anyway, 9 minutes, 6 seconds. I'm going to show you guys something in this movie.
that's 9 minutes, 6 seconds.
Is it? 9 minutes, 6 seconds.
9 minutes, 6 seconds.
Oh, fuck. Okay, that's fucking weird. Because I got my numbers wrong on that one then.
What am I looking for?
I was going to show you guys the picture. That fucking picture was 9 minutes, 6 seconds, but it's not there, huh?
But is it during that scene?
Yeah, it's around there somewhere.
Well, I'm
Shit. Come on. If not, I'm going to have someone look it up. It's hard. Okay, well then. Oh, there's the picture. There's the picture.
There's a triangle.
Yeah, there's the picture. That's the picture. That's the picture. It's two triangles, one up and one down. It's the Star of David in form of symbolic form. Yeah, and it's right behind him. Of course, he's got the stick going through it, but it is the Star of David.
God dang it.
No. Also,
what the fuck?
Berenstein.
Artificial Galaxy Quest? What?
Oh, we got kicked off of it. Galaxy Quest. Berenstein, if you break it down, an Ashkenazi Berenstein is an Ashkenazi Jewish name. Berenstein is Ashkenazi, which is what Eric and I found out our grandmother was. What it means is if you break down the word Berenstein, the name, it means burnt stone. Burnt stone. Black stone. I don't know. Burnt stone. Yeah. And then, of course, it translates over to Berenstain in English.
There's a better picture right there.
Okay, so there it is. I wish we could blow that up. People could see that picture.
This is big as I could get it.
Okay. Yeah, you guys see it?
This.
You see it. There it is. Okay, good job. You're seeing the double triangle. Now, of course, it's a different picture, but there is once you freeze it and take a long stare, you'll see two triangles in there, which is the Star of David, which is as above, so below, which is also feminine and masculine, which is the Star of David, which you guys won't go into that whole spill of blah, 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 blah. And, old mythology, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, do your own research on that one. I don't like religions like that. So, androgyny, blah, blah, blah. Both male and female. But there it is. Now, again, I set up exhibits. So everything in a movie or anything in the background is supposed to be there. Now, he's posed there for a reason.
I just want to say we have a new follower on D Live. His name is Ozosi. I'm saying it out wrong. I know I am, but welcome. I'm glad to have you here with us. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so we got that. I just want to see, this was in the movie. This is in the movie. And if this is in the movie, it's supposed to be in the movie. If you know about it, you're supposed to know about it. Now, this thing has so many symbols flashing through it. Also has a lot of 13s and all your other fucking symbolic numbers, all your other, occult numbers, you might say, filled with it.
Now, there's a reason why I'm showing this right here.
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, not just because it's Seattle.
Yeah.
One of the things that this movie did get right, and it was an actual battle that I had with a person on Reddit, where in the movie he saw a picture, him and his wife and daughter. I mean, it's hard to with this, like, to get right on it. I mean, it's just hard.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay. Well, I can't get right on it, but he sees his picture. He was in front of Seattle. He was in front of another building where he goes, "We weren't there. We saw your parents in Seattle. The picture we took should have been in front of the specific science center."
Yeah.
Right? He had a personal Mandela effect. Now, a lot of people that we know supposedly in the community have had their own personal effects. And I remember when I was talking about that on Reddit, where a guy goes, Mandela effect is not a personal. Well, is it a change? Did something change on him? That's the fucking what the definition of Mandela effect supposed to mean, right? There's what I go. It's not even a dictionary word. So the word Mandela effect is based on a lie name anyway, but
switch colors, green and yellow. It's supposed to be, as people remember the old traffic, like green, yellow, red, and now it's yellow, green, red. I had this in almost all my videos behind me, and it switched. Fuck, did that happen? Again, that's personal. Just me. So I obviously walked to have this pillow made into the shop and said, "May I have it not green, yellow, red, but yellow, green, red for no reason whatsoever, like a zombie." Or motherfucker switched. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh man, I can't get it. Well, of course, in this scene, this is when he starts studying every Mandela effect out there, and of course, the movie does the top 10. The Luke, the Jeffy, and of course, in this movie, there was a little promo with. It's hard to. You see, well, they went right there. You don't think they're trying to sell books with this movie with Fiona Broom? You didn't think her organization was involved in this movie? In fact, guys, I got a little bit of information. I'm not going to share names with it because I became friends with the director of a movie that was on my channel that I interview, and I actually have a contact the people within the company that supplied the money for the movie to be made. Because I actually had a strike on my channel one time because
these people,
somebody reported that I was showing the whole movie. I showed the whole movie and finding out
an email
about a trailer, and they got it removed. Well, a lot of this story, guys, came from 4 people that are in the community. I'm not going to tell you their names, but 4 people has helped this movie. So
I believe
all these channels and all these people put the movie down, but they don't tell you that they had a hand in it. They don't tell you that.
Everybody's a liar, man.
Everybody's a liar. And how you want to find, I'm not going to tell you who they are. You can find out yourself. But look at the people who visit Los Angeles a lot, who's going to Hollywood a lot. Okay? Look at some of those people. And isn't it funny after the movie kind of came out, there's a guy who came out of nowhere, right? Came out of nowhere who
Hollywood
used to work in Hollywood, and these people put down Hollywood, where one of them worked in Hollywood, and the other one has been visiting Hollywood.
A lot of them here. My biggest flag. I'm sorry, guys. This is just my notes and my notes only. Don't quote me. Don't even follow. This is just me. When I find out somebody lives in California, and that includes me and Eric, we're from California, so put us on the same list. Immediate red flag. I have a red flag because they work for or they work with or around entertainment. Entertainment, 100%. They work in Hollywood or they're entertaining or something to do with entertainment, which is also part of the propaganda fucking game. Guarantee you, hands down. Yeah. Where are you from? California. You're broadcasting out of California. You're a red flag. Boom. Now I got to work my way backwards to trust that person. I can trust England like a motherfucker, but I can't trust anywhere else, especially California. It's a lying motherfucking.
I know. And these people are from California. Oh my. Only thing I gotta say is, Bob, we are from California, but
don't trust me first. Start with me first.
Anybody knows California? Biddle Venom, California. Nobody considers Fresno as California. Fresno's like Bakersfield. We're the shithole of California. Nobody goes to Fresno unless you're born there. You don't move to Fresno unless somehow a big job transfers you to Fresno. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody
goes. People from LA don't. Anybody that's in the entertainment industry does not come to Fresno.
Bob and I were born and raised in California. In Fresno, California, beautiful Fresno.
So, Biddle Vim, if you have put me on a flag list, put the flag. Robert Wood, you'd be like, I hate to do it, don't hate to do it. Put a flag on me. Put it right there. And then conclude it with everybody else from California.
Well, Kirk put us on the red flag. Red flag. Yeah.
Multiple flags. You got to do it.
Well, only thing I would say is, if you live in Fresno, you don't work in Los Angeles because it's about 6 to 8 hours because of traffic to get into Hollywood from Fresno. So,
but they're entertainers, and you'll have kick-ass, beautiful fucking shows with the good music that sinks
LA and Cali. There's a place worse than LA and Cali. Awesome. What is it? It's not Fresno?
California. It's like, it's immediate. And down in Hollywood itself is a very, very, it's like Jerusalem Part 2. It is huge. Now, again, we could say this. We're not insulting because we're related now to a very large Hebrew Jewish community. Nothing bad to say about it, but they're the ones that all the producers, all the directors, all the whatevers, and it seems to be that they're pushing these movies and these things that are having I would say changes or continuity errors that keep making people scratch their head. Like, what the fuck? I don't remember that way. Either A, intentional, or B, not intentional. It's up to you to decide on that one. Just putting out both sides of every fucking coin. Here's the mouse that gets lost.
Well, okay. Now this is where the movie should have done this.
Universe.
Don't get a guy to play a character that looks like Nelson Mandela. Okay, that's dumb. I mean, that is dumb because we all know the Nelson Mandela part. No, actually, hold on. Let me say it this way.
Yeah.
If Nelson Mandela and Ed McMahon are probably the two Mandela effects that you can spot the frauds very easily. Very easily. What I mean frauds is people agreeing on effects just to get clicks, just to make them look like they're fully affected. You know, they're just doing it to get popular, right? Popularity. And the reason I say these are the easiest ones, one of these channels, they do what they call awakening. First of all, the first thing you should do when you ask somebody, what are your top Mandela effects? First of all, you should ask their age. Okay.
Well,
People in chat. What, Eric? What do you mean? Why should you ask their age? Okay. Say a 25-year-old kid.
Oh, you mentioned this one like 100 times. The little kid that always talks about Nelson Mandela. Yeah, it's like, what are you fucking talking about? You're a kid.
Kid
yeah.
On an awakening show, and you had Napoleon ask him, so what is your number one? Oh, Ed McMahon. First of all, okay.
Yeah.
If he's 25 years old, he wasn't born in the 80s when Ed McMahon was doing commercials. How would you know?
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela is the number one because I would say I'm 48. That's my age, and I was just maybe 11 to 12 years old when in 85 whatever when Nelson Mandela's supposedly death was on TV. Okay, and I'm 48. So if you're like 42 and younger, you weren't born. You weren't there. It's not like Nelson Mandela did not become popular until he became a prime minister because he was the first of the people of his land to become prime minister. Before that, he's a hero in some of those people's eyes, but he was a criminal in some of those eyes. He's not somebody they're going to keep showing on TV every year of a death. They're not.
Yeah.
So if you were born during that time, I'm sorry to tell you, Nelson Mandela and McMahon cannot be a Mandela effect for you. That's how you start spotting out the people who are using it just for clickbaits.
It's a moneymaker.
It's a moneymaker.
It's a moneymaker. It's
a moneymaker. Now, that's why I always tell you,
major moneymaker.
Now, like you said, we talked earlier about Moonraker. Moonraker was there when I was a kid. It was there from the beginning. So I have a memory of that movie from the start. Now, if Moonraker with Roger Moore came out 20 years before I was born, by that time, the braces could have been changed, could have been computerized. But that movie came out during the same time when I was alive, and I was able to remember movies.
Yeah.
So that's why people, when you talk to people about Mandela effects, find out their age, then find out what are their major effects. And I bet you a lot of their favorite effects weren't even there when they were born. It wasn't existed yet.
Yeah, they're just going along with the program for the fucking money.
Exactly.
It's the money. Anybody who writes a Mandela Effect book, I'm like, you're on my flag right there. Flag, boom.
Look,
California, boom.
Hobbs is 57. I am 57 years old. So if Hobbs came out and said, I remember Ed McMahon and Nelson Mandela, I would say he's at the right age.
He took a lot of drugs in the 80s.
I could use him for those two. But if somebody comes in 40 or younger, I would say 42 or younger, get the fuck out.
Hobbs took a lot of drugs. Confirmed. Hobbs, have you ever had a near-death experience? Did you OD, or did you feel like you have OD'd, or have you been found face down, but you didn't quite die?
Abraham Lincoln. Don't trust Abraham Lincoln. You're right, Middle Venom. You're right. You don't trust everything on the internet. I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
How do we get here? Ed McMahon is a Mandela effect. It just gets old after a while.
Yeah.
Well, it gets old after a while, but if you weren't living when the commercials were on, you can't even claim that as a memory. That's what I'm trying to say. How do we get there? I mean, Bob could claim it because Bob was at that age when Ed McMahon, Public Clarence House, were on commercials, were on TV.
Yeah.
But if you were born in the 90s, come on. They weren't showing Ed McMahon throughout the 90s and the zeros. It was the 80s.
Bit of Venom, I can't give you a flag, man. I'm trying. Wait, you're not in Austria. You're European. You guys don't lie that much.
Here, Bob, is 52 years old.
Yeah, I'm 50.
I could listen to you. I could listen to you because you're at that age.
I can't give Middle Venom a flag. I can't flag you because you're not in a location. You don't lie that much. Your people don't lie that much.
Since the Matrix movie is so important, there must be more effects there. Oh, hold on, Mandela Effect. To get popular, all you have to do is copy everyone's stuff and repeat it 100 times. The popular channels should be those that see if they are trying to understand it. YouTube is pointless. It's for the fakes. You are 200% correct. 200%.
I do it for notes.
You know, when I hear people's first time like Mandela Effects, like music changing in the words, I always say, hey, that's interesting. But, you know, I can't remember music lyrics that well, like most people. You know, I'm not a singer, so I don't. So I always say it's interesting, but I never claim that I know word changes in music because then I'm no different than any other channel.
Yeah.
You know? So Mandela Affected is so right. You know, when Bob, Mandela Affected, I'm going to tell you something about you. I'm going to tell you something about you. When Bob was telling me about Mandela Effects in 2016, when he's mentioning it about these changes, what he's going through, you know, like any good smart person, you start researching Mandela Effects on YouTube. You know, that's all you really had. And you were one of the channels on there that talked about it. You were like one of the channels in the early days where
we did
science. A lot of people weren't talking about it. So you guys were you, Bob, Tomicon, there's some other people back in those years. You know, I can sit there and believe. Then it seemed like Mandela Affected. Maybe I'm wrong, but about 2018, 2019, it seems like, maybe it's me. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. It seems like there was a truther community out there saying, that Mandela Effect, hey, they don't really have a true leader. Let me invade and we'll get my people to go to Reddit, because people on Reddit, they all think they know everything on fucking Reddit. They all think they know all the facts. And as soon as I'm telling you, I told Bob this all the time. When I put something on a Mandela Effect page on Reddit, they fucking throw my shit out. And it's like, hold on.
Yeah.
You're throwing my shit out? Bob and I did a show together in 2017 when I was exploring it for the first time because of Bob. We created a show when I had another channel called Mr. True Thoughts. And Bob, I had a list. Bob, remember we had that room all green screen. We had the music going on. You're going in there with your book and all that. Yeah. And we were discussing on why I was asking questions on why we should take Mandela Effect seriously. There was a time and place like you, Mandela Affected, Tomicon. I remember Patrick Roberts was there in the 2016. He was around there during 2016. There's a group of you, and you guys were really dissecting, talking about it, but you weren't pushing it. You weren't saying this is the way. But now, since 2018-19, I saw the new wave come in. Now, instead of discussing it, if you don't believe this, you're an idiot. And that is no way you should discuss Mandela Effects. You just don't. Yeah.
And now I just find out how to tell who's who and how to figure out this and that and how to tell this. So with Hobbs, I'm sorry, where did Hobbs? So he was. You did not OD, but you had some heavy trips. Another thing on my list, again, people throw this away.
Not to overdose, but had a few bad trips.
Another thing on my list was I've talked to people that I'm convinced that they could see certain other things. As far as I can go. I don't know. Everybody's an individual. But the ones that have the most, I call memories of like mine, it's comparable, are the ones who've had bad trips with narcotics. They've experimented with hallucinogens and had massive trips, or again, OD'd or whatever. They've had a serious, is this brain damage? Is it that you aren't susceptible to the programming from the television, from Netflix, from the computers, whatever this out here is? Your brain is broken because you broke it with drugs, and you can't take the download. You might want to say in layman's terms. It is on my list of one of the possible reasons why some people have the effect and some people don't. So people who don't have the effect, you're not bad. In fact, you've never done anything bad. You didn't trip on drugs. You didn't have a bad trip because you were a good person. So don't hate you. They're not better. People with the effect aren't better than you. They've just taken a lot of drugs.
Well, the Indian culture, Bob, the Indian culture, they use medicine. They call it medicine to open their minds.
The shaman,
Yeah. So I mean, it's been used out in history to expand the mind. Now we're not telling anybody to go out and do this.
No, it's a running hypothesis that I'm playing with. In fact, again, unless I have more data for it, I'm just saying this is what I'm getting consistently with people that I trust, and there's the majority I do not. It's a very small.
Hold on. Lockbeard, you're trying to post something. I just added you a wrench so you can post it.
Yeah.
So I gave you a wrench, Lockbeard. So Lockbeard actually in the iCloud website, he has like a list of channels like people to watch on the paranormal thing. Yeah. He actually has our channel in there.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Lockbeard, you should be able to post it now.
Yeah, and don't go out microdosing people. Don't go out and don't take drugs. You don't need it. Don't be doing it. Okay. Don't just because you might not have the memory of whatever this group had or whatever people have. Don't mean go out and take a fucking bunch of acid and act like a fool. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. I mean, these are people that might have done it in the 80s, a long time ago. Now they're clean, they're cut, they're off narcotics, they're physically active, they're getting stronger, they're reading books to like get fit, relax, this is people from a long time ago that had some damage done. Maybe they're not susceptible to whatever's going on, if there is anything going on, because of the brain damage, which is fucking loons, and you guys are perfectly fine. So don't become a loon. There you go. I don't know how to talk I don't know how to try to separate people. Eric never smoked marijuana. Eric liked his beer. He liked his drink. Now me, I was a little bit of a micro everythinger.
Well, because when every time I've done marijuana, it just made me feel paranoid, and it wasn't for me. It never gave me something that I wanted.
Exactly.
So I'm like, if it doesn't give me what I wanted, why am I doing it?
Why are you doing it? Yeah,
I don't do something just to do it if it doesn't give me what I want.
Yeah. So don't go doing things and go out and microdose and bring up your DMT. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Go drink a glass of milk and take a jog. Don't be doing that shit. It's not worth it.
Now, guys, in this movie, they use the theory of Matrix. They use the simulation theory, which is not a bad theory. Yeah. Because it will make sense that if there's glitches, you're seeing different things. It could be done with the Matrix. But the only issue that I have with the movie is, so you got a guy who looks like Nelson Mandela. So on a college campus, next town over, where this guy doesn't have to fly around the world. Luckily, next time over, they built this supercomputer at a college, and
it's a quantum
thing, and that's the thing that was causing all the issues. You can type it in. Now, listen.
The quantum computer.
Now, if I was making the movie, if I was the director, right, and say the studio wants to make a franchise, I would have went to the studio. I would have said, "Hey guys, this is Mandela Effect. Okay, if you want to use that guy's story about the daughter dying, that's fine. I'll say, hey, let's do this. Let's make 3 movies. Let's use that same story, but let's say in the first movie we'll do it on the parallel universe, parallel planets. The second movie we'll do the simulation theory. On the third movie we'll do paranormal theory. So then I would have done is I would have made the movie with the simulation theory is maybe in the beginning of the movie you could create it like they're creating a computer, an AI, and how the AI got sucked into the internet, and then the changes started happening, and then the guy's daughter just happened to die. I would have made a whole movie on that theory. And then a year later, you come out with the second movie, same family, but instead of using the simulation theory, let's use the parallel universe where there's two different planets, Earth, seeing it this one way, seeing it this way, and somehow show a connection. But then you base the whole movie around that. And then the third one, I would have done it for me, horror style of Paranormal, where the daughter's coming back trying to leave clues with name changes and all that for you to find her, like, come back to life, from life and death. That's how I would have done it. The problem with this movie was they were doing the top 20 of everything. And then, hey, the last 30 minutes of the movie, let's say it's a simulation theory where you never flushed it out at all.
Yeah. I would have had it. I would have did it, Eric, where, I would have lots of dancing girls everywhere. I would change the codes where all the women were much more voluptuous and they were wearing less clothing, and men were wearing more clothing, and be less men and more women. Then I would have marijuana everywhere, like a forest.
Hey, Don says, Eric, that'd be interesting. It would be interesting, right?
I would have
a simulation theory, and you're bringing it from the beginning, and you're crossing the movie with it. And the Bond movie, you're starting it with girls dancing to the end where girls are dancing.
I would do it, but everybody would be smoking weed the entire movie and then drinking and having like beer pong, and then we move into the whole quantum computer realm where they're changing it all around to have like cool ass dinosaurs that you can ride on and make it like kind of like a Fred Flintstone world where you have all these cool animals that do things for you. I would really change it up. But No.
I like that. No, Benham wrote also on the bottom, dancing girls. But he's right. It does feel different in 2016, 17, where it's not discussions anymore. People are telling you what you should believe in. That's the problem I had with The Matrix. With the way the movie did it, it's like, okay, so now any guy off the street, like this guy, he's a video game coder. He knows to come in on a computer system using DOS, sticking a USB and uploading his program, and somehow he knows how to code it perfectly with that to bring his daughter back. Now one thing the movie did though was interesting. Like I said, there are some things that they could have done right, where in the beginning he kind of gone mad, right? Opening up to the idea of things are changing. Then at the end, towards the end, where now it's reverse, right? He kind of knows what's going on, supercomputer. Then the wife, who was not believing it in the beginning, and towards the end, she was tripping out, like waking up, could not understand it.
Well, because the daughter came back.
I know, and that part could have been neat. They should have flushed the movie more out with that kind of a thing than how they did the movie.
Yeah, the daughter came back to life, and she's like, "Huh?" She just got over the death, and then now it's eating her up. It's stupid.
Well, Lockbeard wrote, "Okay, I'll try. I was proposing a theory that the ME may be an attempt to wipe the J's from history, courtesy of the NEES and the ZZS, but it only accomplishes minor changes due to the timeline resilience."
Yeah, I think you mean wipe Jesus from history. Yeah, or Yeshua's from history. Yeah, they've sure changed a lot of the information about him. I think it's unusual, and this is for Mandela Effect when he's out there for his own research. I have noticed that, and I mentioned this before, that there are lots of new scriptures, a lot of new parables popping up, a lot of new things popping up out of like antiquity that was never existence, like the Judas.
No, not Jesus. No, the Jews.
The Jews. Yeah, possibly. But there's a lot of new scriptures popping up. There's the things of Thomas. I just went through the whole thing of Judas, and there's a whole lot of talk about wine skins, the way it used to be. lions, where it used to be a lot of old stuff that was undilated and cut and changed. There's been a lot of these old scriptures are popping up, and there's a lot of new esoteric knowledge being pushed around the Christian community that had never been there before. Believe me, I know the fucking religions. There's a whole lot of new age stuff is being pushed into the narrative, into the fabric of this culture now. It was just, everything was just a Christian, or just a Baptist, or just a Buddha, or he was just a Jew, or he was just this. Now it's all this fucking esoteric fucking knowledge of this and that. Then there's the blah blah blahs of the this and the archons, the fucking all this dark knowledge of the multiple gods, the 7 gods, and the son of the one god that met himself in a mirror and then had sex with itself. And what is this shit?
Bob, we actually got a good question from the chat. Yeah. Bob and Gypsy, do you think this Mandela movie is brainwashing programming? You know what? Now, Bob probably going to have different opinions on this, and that's fine.
Yeah.
My opinion, suddenly, no, they weren't trying to brainwash. And the reason I say that is these people who made this weren't smart enough to try to do that. They were trying to make a movie based on the popularity of the top 10 Mandelas. They try to cram everything in. They thought they could make a quick $1 on this movie. They're not smart enough to brainwash. They're not. That's just my opinion. They didn't wake up one day and say, I want to brainwash everybody to believe in this so they can just watch our movie. They try to make a movie. They thought it was going to be popular. And they just did not make a good movie. It's not the idea. They have every right to make a Mandela Effect movie.
Yeah.
Like any other idea. You just got to make it right. Yeah. These people are smart enough to brainwash you. That's my opinion. Now, I have a total different opinion.
Yeah, mine's completely different, man. I watched it with some people from England. Again, I'm not putting down America. They just have a lot more into the research kind of a thing. They can catch things fast with their eyes. I can catch things. A lot of purposely placed innuendos. Again, for example, without going into the whole list of things, the picture he stood in front of with the triangle was intentionally put there. A lot of these things were intentionally put there. And from the field that I was in the military, if it was there for you to see, it's there for a reason. And it's like spell casting. You're going to see it and you're going to have a reaction to it. And even if it's a subliminal, it catches your subconscious. That picture caught your subconscious. That is the stuff. What it is. Go back and look for yourself. Do your own research. You'll see that it's the Star of David. Okay, they mentioned Jew. They mentioned certain things. There is a undertone of the whole, and it goes. This is me going, and I'm using this as one piece to a big puzzle. As we go back to what we're talking about with all these other directors, Eric and I, the Weinsteins. All the other companies that have all these changes, going back to Jaws, because who directed Jaws? Steven Spielberg, but not anymore. He's the producer. He's making much more money. So that is the Mandela Effect for me.
Well,
not the fact that
you're talking about, he actually directed Jaws. You're talking about more of Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, yeah. Well, Robert Jaws has a lot of Mandela effects too, but people don't see them. There's a lot of them in there for me. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like what Hobbs wrote. The part I found silly with the movie was the fact he was just one man inputting the code. The same way I found Avatar silly because the guy tamed the sacred dragon when diligence couldn't. You're right. And in the movie, one man was inputting the code. So, you know what? And what I was thinking, Hobbs, was if they built this supercomputer, then what are they using it for? I mean, you don't see nobody ever putting stuff in that computer. It's like, okay, they built this supercomputer. Okay, are they using it for a mass destruction AI? I mean,
no, it's a quantum computer.
It's a quantum. The most powerful computer on Earth.
You know how a quantum computer works, right, dude?
It's like a living organ. It's like a living.
It's a frozen particle. It's basically in a vacuum and it's frozen. So particles vibrate. a particle vibe. We're made up of particles. That's our reality. It's just like the fuzz you see on a TV screen. Everything's made of vibrating particles. It's a vibrating particle that they freeze and put into a vacuum, like it's supposed to simulate space. It goes into a vacuum and it's frozen beyond frozen, like frozen. So it stops vibrating. Every particle has its opposite. So you have a positive and a negative. If you freeze the moving particle, it's anti-particle, it's other self, it's anti-self, it's twin, it's anti-particle self, it's still there. It can go anywhere. It is now released to go into, and it follows no laws. No physics laws apply to the anti-particle. It can go through anything, multiple dimensions. It can go through everywhere, and they're trying to use it to communicate with another computer. Okay. For example, for everything here, there's something here. So here's another dimension, Eric, and here's this computer. So that computer right there, there's two of them, or actually there's multiple of them. We're just going to say two for now. So I freeze this particle, and then in this timeline, in this reality, this particle is also frozen. It's doing this. They're all doing the same thing. So they're trying to communicate back and forth to each other. It's trying to communicate to the other computer in the other dimension. By freezing this particle, it releases this anti-particle, and it's over here. So they're trying to communicate to other dimensions. They're trying to communicate to the other dimension. Hey, man, what do your planes look like in this dimension? And then it answers back. Our planes have this kind of engine. What do you have in your? Ours are under the wing. Well, ours are outside of the wing. It's communicating with the other computer. It's split self. It's anti-self. Does that make everybody understand? Does that make sense?
According to Google, they saying quantum computers are machines that use the properties of quantum physics to store data and perform computations. In a quantum computer, the basic unit of memory is a quantum bit or qubit. Qubits are made using physical systems, which such as the spin of an electron or the orientation of a photon.
Yeah. They're just telling you about the storage capacity, how much information, because they're not telling you how it works. I'm telling you guys how it works. You're putting a fucking particle, you're throwing it in your ice chest, you're freezing that fucker with a vacuum, and its anti-self is having the same thing done, but its anti-self is itself. It's not an anti-self on the anti-side. It is its true self on the other side. Your side is the anti-side. No, my side's not the anti-side. They're the anti-side of my other self and my other things. There's two of you with a fucking ice chest, and they're communicating. So you're communicating with yourself and the other self using the computer. You've frozen a particle, the electron, to communicate back and forth like a can with a string. But you're talking to your anti-self, Eric, into the direction of negative.
I just love it how this guy who's supposedly make games or something is the man that knows how to code that kind of a machine to make the changes properly for him.
So people think that these quantum computers that are communicating basically with their anti-selves are somehow releasing what's going on now with the changes by bringing that other side's version of life into this version. It's pulling it into this version, and vice versa. We're swapping shit. We're swapping. This one, his anti-self over there is pulling it over there. The anti-self is pushing it over here. This, back and forth, like the can with the string theory. I don't know what you want to call it. Trying to make it as basic as I can, but that is a quantum computer, and inside
that computer looks like they're using the light as an upside down cross.
An upside. Thank you for saying that. It was in my notes. You got that. It's an upside down cross.
Yeah, an upside down cross.
And who made the movie?
A Jewish person.
Okay, it's not complicated if you guys slow it down and think about it. Eric caught it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
saw
They make the light bright when he's putting in the code, and when you look at his brightness, like, dude, that's an upside down cross.
It is an upside down cross, and this is it's not an anti-Semitism. It's an anti-Christian movie. They're trying to tell the Christians your Yeshua's is not coming. Their Mashiach is coming, but your Mashua's is not. I mean, anyway.
Oh, Bob, hold on. You're trying to give Sun Lee nightmares. Bob, you're trying to give me nightmares.
I'm sorry. But I made it so simple. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I made it so simple. You know what I'm talking about. There's two of you. There's a you, and then there's the other you, the anti-you on the other. So the you. And they talk about talking to your higher self. You're supposed to be able to talk to your other yous. Yous guys. Yous guys. You're talking to yous guys. But anyway. You saw the upside down cross. You saw the Star of David in the picture. You saw the
and the movie showed this in it. This image in the movie.
Thank you. Now you're on the roll. You got it now. Now you see it. Thank you. The star. You've got the feminine and the masculine. So you've got the sun, the masculine, and then over here you got the feminine, the moon. So you're seeing the mechanics now, guys. You're starting to see the mechanics. And even when you look at the codes, when they go into the codes, the guy punches in the codes, all those fucking little code numbers. Look at those numbers in the codes. Look at the codes. It's hard to see all the numbers in the codes, but it goes by so fast. But yeah. There's all kinds of these little mathy kind of fun stuff they got playing around with this stuff in here. It flashes up every once in a while. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going into this.
And you kind of made the point I was saying all along with the difference between truther channels and real people, because truther channels just saying the movie's trying to mock them. There's more messages in this movie that their brains can't get out of kindergarten grade level.
Yeah, you didn't see the upside down cross. Yeah, you didn't see the upside down cross. You didn't see the Star of David. You didn't hear them say Jewish. You didn't hear them. You didn't see this. You didn't see this. You didn't see the. You're missing the whole movie. Oh, it's nothing but loaded picture.
I agree with what Lockbeer said. The problem with the whole thing is the quantum part. The quantum physics is horrendously flawed. Einstein is a moron, liar, plagiarist, and married his double cousin. Laugh out loud. Want real science? Find kin.
We can't make fun of him no more. He's Ashkenazi like Eric and I's grandma now. Yeah, he was just limited to what he knows. He didn't know that. He knew what he knew at the time. And in this place, they seem to project him up into a pedestal of fucking Jesus or God. This guy wasn't that good smart. He didn't prove that much. Believe me, he was a patent clerk, which means he was a thief. He stole everybody else's ideas. I'm sorry to say that. He's a patent clerk. He stole everybody
else's people's ideas. You're talking like a truther. And they don't want you to do your research so you can find out that they are stealing it.
Yeah, I had to watch this movie and do the research. That's called doing research, by watching the movie one more time and then breaking down the little bits and pieces that nobody saw. Eric, on your own, you saw the upside down cross.
I consider myself a truther, but did not feel the movie was taking the piss out of me.
Yeah, it wasn't taking the piss.
You're not a truther. You're a searcher. Okay, you're a searcher. You're searching for the truth. There's a big difference of I see, guys. I always hated the word truther because when you say you're a truther, it automatically makes it sound like you're right and you're wrong, and nobody knows the actual full-out truth. You should want to be a searcher to keep investigating, and you're never going to know the full truth, whatever you're studying.
Voyager.
You know? Be a voyager. Yeah.
Voyagers. Yeah, it was a fun, and again, I'll take all this information, guys.
Robert, what the cup of the day?
Oh, this is just a regular, nothing weird today. It's my Tim Hortons Manchester cup. So you guys can see that. That's actually, it's funny because this is a Manchester, but that's London. As you can see, there's London's Big Ben, and then there's the All-Seeing Eye, which is down in London, the big Ferris wheel, which is the All-Seeing Eye. They have them everywhere.
Einstein theory of relativity, it was recently disproven.
Right, and also black matter, a dark matter is now being disproven. Everything is being disproven right now. They don't fucking know. He's possessed zombies,
and of course,
zombies.
And of course, the final part of the movie at the end is now you have the bear. There's no tell.
Well, he crashed the system.
Yeah.
He crashed the quantum computer, which was running the world. It had become Skynet. It was running reality. And then when he crashed it, it rebooted itself back to the beginning or before his daughter dies. One more time. They have no memory. He has no memory of crashing the computer. And now his daughter's going to go out and die all over again, and he's going to repeat and rinse. The loop is going to continue. He's going to crash it again. It's going to happen again. He's going to crash it again. It's going to go back, and Curious George is now going to have missing its ears, or it's going to have two tails. Crash it again. That's the whole idea. It's going to crash the loop again, and now Curious George is going to have 5 legs. You know, it's what it's implying. It's implying life is like that. It destroys itself, creates the circle, the destruction, life, destruction. It redoes itself over. It recirculates itself. Life recirculates over and over again. In this case, he's the one doing it with because Eric, he's a computer coder.
Yeah,
he's a game coder. He could crash reality because of it.
Yeah.
Same as that.
Yeah. I know, it's amazing, right? I mean, it's he really changed his whole past. That's amazing.
Changed his old. We can create our own blah blah blah. You ain't creating shit. There's something else out there fucking creating it for you. I don't believe in free. I'm one of the only maybe -1% of the world's population that believes we do not create our own anything. There is no free will. We're pawns in a chess game. Some of us are bigger players in the chess game, and some of us are pawns. Some of us are knights, bishops, other characters in the game, the king and the queen, whatever have you.
Everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat. You want to see a clip of a real Matrix movie?
Ooh.
You guys in the chat? I'll show you the real Matrix movie. And it's a clip that I actually have on my Horror Talk channel. Evil Speak.
Yes.
Translate complete.
That's 2.
And remember, this is like 1981, and he's running the programs of a Bible inside the computer. Translation complete. Early AI. They think to kill me. Esteban have signed the Book of the Dead.
Esteban.
Just remember, this is 1981, where nobody had computers in their house. What are the keys to the kingdom of Satan? Insufficient input. What elements do I need for a black? Now, Bob, most computers nowadays can't do this. This is 1981. You fast forward a little bit. Look at it. And that's a computer from 1981.
It's the Medal of Honor.
I know, right?
It's the Medal of Honor.
Yeah, I thought you might like that.
God, I want the Medal of Honor now.
Come on, this is a computer back in 1981. What computer you know that could do this?
It's the Medal of Honor.
This is the Medal of Honor. And then watch. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Did I lose it? Oh, hold on. Let me press play. What's that? The quantum computer.
It's the quantum computer in the movie The Mandela Effect.
And this is the movie, the 1981 Evil Speak. This is
the quantum computer.
They should have called this the Mandela Effect movie.
That's the quantum computer. You know, outside of religion, guys, we're not mocking anybody's religion.
No.
Everyone know we're funning. We're having fun. We're laughing with you, not at you. Everyone's laughing together, but we're just playing. This is a movie. Say to us. We're using it as an example.
Well, I've always said that the movie makes it where it looks like he's bringing up the devil. And I always say it was not. It was God working through it to look like the devil on purpose to kill the Donald Trumps of the world, the rapists. It was a way to get rid of them without actually showing his thing, because it's in the movie when the cross, it shows
the bad guys lie. Yeah, they actually.
It showed a beam of light shining on the cross. I mean, it's like telling you, like, it wasn't really the devil. I was actually helping you through another way.
Yeah, I was killing the bad guys. So all this scary, satanic, evil, and then it ends up being the good guy killing the bad guy.
1981 computer.
Wow.
Human blood. Wow. That's a quantum computer.
The hell of a quantum computer.
And there's a Mandela Effect because his face is changing.
And with this Medal of Honor, we could do this.
I, Stanley Cooper Smith, will return. I will return.
He never did.
No, they never did. Never did. I thought you guys might get a kick out of that.
Yeah. So when I said the Medal of Honor, guys, it was previous shows. I have a standing memory when I was in the military and working at the Museum of Flight, because I took care of all the artifacts, especially cases with all the medals and honor. And I would stare at the Medal of Honor saying, I want one. Why can't I have one? Not time yet. And then it was, the point was always up. And then now in reality, it's upside down. Looks like
surprise Pikachu's face. Oh, Esteban, the Coke dealer, surprise Pikachu face. The devil drained the swamp.
Drained the swamp. Yeah, right.
I know, right? Good graphic card. I know, right? For a 1981 computer, that wasn't bad.
Don is questioning everything. Yeah, question everything.
That was like the pre-Tron movies. Like, man, you see what they did in the computer? Go, well, yeah. Do you guys ever see what they did in the Evil Speak movie on the computer? I think they did something more greater.
Yeah. Question everything. Believe nobody.
What is this? Get ready for a crazy ride and maybe a total reevaluation of everything you believe.
Yeah. Everything is up for
Check
fucking
out tablet computer on Wiki. Tablet computer on Wiki. Can I? What you mean? Should I type that in on a Google? Tablet computer. Let me type that in. Tablet.
Everything's up for fucking debates and change. Everything you've ever seen was a lie. I can't stop bumping into lies. I just once you wake up to the lies, you got to try not to go crazy.
Question everything. But Don, we're being told now by the truther community that we shouldn't question everything. We shouldn't research anymore. The baby truthers are now saying that we should just be zombies to them.
Well, I don't mind that. I'm going to be honest with you. It reminds me of let the rats eat in their own area. Let the rats have their rat leader and eat in there, because obviously they're not that awake. So if you need an idiot to tell you something that you already know in your heart and in your gut 1,000%, you need to pay them $5 a month so they can live fat, just like a church does. Just like the Vatican, just like all the churches. Give them your fucking their ties to tell you how you need to live your life. Go ahead. I want you to go there. I encourage it. Please, stupid, go into the corrals of stupid. Get into the stupid corrals. Here, I'll open the corral door and bring your money because they're going to want it.
Lockbeard, do not question me. I guess we can't. We're not. We just learned not to question anybody. We're just gonna deal with it. We're just gonna. What the hell, you know? Because the guy who's speaking it, they must know everything that we don't know.
When I tell somebody something that I remember wholeheartedly, with 100% of my heart, this is how I remember it, correct or truthful. I don't know. It could be wrong, but this is just how I remember it. And if they give me a debate, I just laugh. I laugh. I said, "Thank you. Have a nice day." And I just walk on. They're like, "That's a madman right there." I said, "Yes, I am."
So
I'm a crazy motherfucker.
I got the Wikipedia, like he said, about tablet computers. So this is Wikipedia. For computers, input device, see graphic table, tablet, a tablet computer, commonly shortened to tablet, in a mobile device, typically with a mobile operating system.
What's a tablet?
Screen display.
Yeah, that's just the description of a tablet. I got a tablet here. I think this is technically a tablet.
You know, Star Trek, the one that predicted tablets before anything, because on Star Trek, they were using tablets way before they were even invented.
Yeah. It's
yes, I am a mad woman.
yeah, it's okay to be. This is your time to be insane. It's okay now. It's perfectly fine.
Send me your money.
Money.
Send me your money.
Here, I'm gonna do a campaign. I'm gonna do a fucking Patreon. I'm gonna say everyone to pay me their money, and I'm gonna have a sidebar with you as a one-on-one. This is what I'm gonna tell you.
Here we go. Peter's questioning us. I question the validity of Eric and Bob. Are we watching deep fakes?
Yes, you are. Thank you for questioning. I always say start with me first. 100%. You are correct to do that. I'm gonna say send me your money. I'm gonna have a sidebar with you. I'm gonna have. By the time I'm done, I'll probably have like $10,000. And I'm going to pull everyone one by one. I want to say, I want you to look at something. I want you guys to look at fucking something. I want you to look at this.
Yeah.
Look at my thumb. And they're going to get really close up to my thumb. I said, take a good look at my thumb. I'm going to pop them in the fucking nose. I'm going to say, gee, you're dumb. And they're going to say, why would you give me money for something stupid like that?
Bob's not Bob. Hobbs is smart. This channel I follow tell me not to believe them and do my own research. I don't think I am sub to the channels that tells me to not research.
Okay.
Because now, Star Trek, yeah, Star Trek was using tablets way before anything else. Yeah, now guys, we weren't using the movie Mandela Effect to debunk any Mandela Effects. We were just telling you that. When people are talking about how the movie's garbage, making fun of them, it wasn't making fun of nobody. Like Bob's saying, if you look at it, there was codes behind the picture, the triangle, and all that. And these people were trying to make a good movie with the stuff that they had. They just weren't smart enough. They weren't bright enough.
Yeah.
Well, I could have done a better job if they give it. And the moral of the story is we said at the beginning of the show, guys. There's no. I know, Joey. I know you're in the chat. You don't need to do videos on debunking. Debunking stuff. We don't even like truly debunk. We discuss what's for it and what's against it as a discussion. There's no debunking for nothing. It's just having that conversation, guys. We're all living a hard life as it is now, and I think it's fun discussing it. But even if something is fully fake. For example, Bob, even if something's fully fake, you and I could have fun discovering, well, what's the meaning behind that fake? What's the story of this object? Yeah. Just like R2-D2 a button that's supposed to appear. We've showed everybody that in the same movie they used 3 different robots that look differently with buttons, but you could use it to go back further. Maybe the guy who drew this for the first time, who created it, what's his story? Yeah. Where did he come from? Maybe that's what the message is about, not about the thing, about the people who are creating this stuff.
Yeah, and I'm putting together the bigger picture. I'm like Mandela Affected over in England. I'm going behind all the other. I'm push that change shit aside. I'm going after the culture.
No, but I just think it's a waste of time. I just think it's a waste of time to do a full video of just debunking everything. Just do it on a conversation level. Because, like I said, you can find evidence. I always said this. I said this in the past. Bob. You heard this. You can find a scientist to support your belief. Then you can find a scientist to disprove your belief. At the end of the day, it's up to you what you think it's real and it's not.
You're chasing the dragon's tail.
From one side to the other side.
You're chasing the dragon's tail. I call it chasing the dragon's tail. You're just going in that circle. Hey, there's no ending to it. It's the serpent with the tail in its mouth. That's what that represents. There is no answer. It goes and creates it for you and goes into the circle of circles. Yeah.
So I want my money back. Beam me up, Scotty. Yeah, that's actually a weird one that they're saying an effect about Star Trek that he never said beam me up, Scotty. That's a weird one for me. And I'm not going to sit here and hear debunking or for it. My memory has it. Beam me up, Scotty.
Beam me up, Scotty's in my head. Yeah.
It's in my head.
Yeah, it's in my head.
I'm not going to waste my time trying to debunk that memory because you could debunk it all you want. That memory's still there.
Maybe I got Jedi mind tricked. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Beam me up, Scotty. It's in my head. I can't get rid of it. It's always there. I can't figure it out. That's how it works for me. I don't know anymore.
And then you get a few people. They come out like they're having a nervous breakdown on a channel, right? I don't know what it all believes. Well, don't ever let any of this fucking run your life, dude. Don't discuss it. Have fun with it. If you're letting a Mandela effect, like a button change, to fuck you over where you can't even walk the dog, dude, you got problems.
Yeah. Eric and I have different background memories. He's my brother. We've got different. Eric and I will stop and pause for a second and just like, okay, let's let this one go because I don't remember it like that. Yeah. So we got different background memories.
Yeah,
a lot
we
of
don't
stuff.
care.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I never said, Bob, you're fucking crazy. You're wrong.
Yeah. I was like, okay. So that ain't how I recall it, but absolutely. Yeah.
I'm in Dream Warriors when I do wake up. Yeah. Even if the theory of relativity has been debunked, I still believe in it. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's almost better that way because it calms down. Because
infinity snake eat. Stop the infinity snake eat.
Yeah, it's the circle. It's the circle of
what? Nobody recognizes meatloaf. That must have been something else in the chat. Trig, Don H. I don't know why it does to me sometimes too. Perhaps he was saying, beam me up, Scotty, like Jack and the Beanstalk. Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. That's what I remember. Beam me up, Scotty. Now what is it saying, Bob? What are they saying now? What is that now? What they're saying?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me look that up.
Don't know.
Let me type that in. What
I only know beam me up, Scotty from because I haven't watched it since I was a kid. Maybe a little bit older. Beam me up, Scotty.
Scotty. Scotty.
Damn it, Jim.
Damn
it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a mason.
Yeah. We're just studying. We're just researching. Did they ever say "Beam me up, Scotty"? Beam me up, Scotty was never said in an episode of the TV series of Star Trek or in Star Trek movies. The phrase "Beam me up, Scotty" was eventually said by William Shatner, who played Captain Kirk in the TV series, in the audio adaptation of his novel, Star Trek, The Ashes of Eden. Now, hold on a second. Okay. Now, for me, but basically that thing is telling me, Bob, is that my memory for saying that comes from an audio book, from a Star Trek book. No, I never listened to an audio Star Trek book, and I never read the Star Trek book at all. So if that's the reason why we think they're saying that, then I never read the book. Oh shit! I didn't realize Bob was gone. Now, Bob, this is what it says here. Bob, this is what it says here.
What's that?
Beam me up, Scotty was never said in an episode of the TV series Star Trek or a Star Trek movie. The phrase "Beam me up, Scotty" was eventually said by William Shatner, who played Captain Kirk in the TV series, in the audio adaptation of his novel, Star Trek: The Ashes of Eden. Now, what I was just saying, Bob, now, if that's the case, first of all, I never read a Star Trek book. I never read an audio version. So if I never read a book or an audio version, how did that memory get planted there from a book I never even read?
A Jedi.
Oh.
A Jedi did it. A Jedi knocked it out.
You got it. That's a great answer.
Yeah, a Jedi did it.
That I never thought about that.
Jedi, yeah, these aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Like I said, just your red shirt deaths are not the only ones here in Star Trek as well. Many color shirt deaths. All that. Now, Bob and I like to have fun with Mandela effects, right? Because like a while back, Bob and I did a show, and I brought up to Bob about the movie Meatballs. I go, Bob, do you remember Bill Murray wearing a sweater shirt with number 13 during the hot summer, during the hot dog? Bob says, no, I remember him wearing his white shirts throughout the movie, right? Yeah. Right? And me and Bob had a discussion, and we both remember him not wearing a number 13, but we didn't go, I don't go crazy on the internet trying to find proof for it or not proof for it. We had a discussion. My memory is he never wore a red shirt 13, and we brought it up. That's fun.
Yeah. It's up to you. I mean, if you don't have it, who cares? It don't matter. The movie still kicks ass. It don't fucking matter. In fact, it's more of a punch in the gut to the person that has the continuity error. God damn it, man, I can't watch this movie. Why can't you watch it? Because there's another weird ass change in the movie. Well, then don't look at the damn change and keep watching the movie and just enjoy it.
Sketches. There's life, Jim, but not as we know it.
Just let it. I let it go now. I have to let it go. If I see something that's a continuity error, I will laugh and just clap. I said, no fucking way.
Well, Venom. I've always said Venom that Fiona Broom is not the person who brought the word Mandela Effect to the people. I've always said it's George Lucas. And why? George Lucas had a near-death experience back in 1962. And if you look at his Star Wars movies, he has the clues like a Jedi is basically a Mandela Effect, right? When Obi-Wan Kenobi goes to people, these aren't the droids you're looking for. Pre-planning memories in people's heads. It's like George Lucas, to me, is the king of Mandela Effects and the Jewish community. All the movies are all like the family tree from him, and all the changes in the movies are all back related to him because George Lucas' best friend is Steven Spielberg. And this is kind of weird that most of the changes are with their movies.
Always. Yeah. And maybe, just maybe, and I'm going to use George Lucas as an example, and some of you out there as an example, that George Lucas swapped. So we talk about the quantum computer concept where you take that one particle and it's frozen, and its anti-particle is its other self existing in another dimension is over here. Somehow they've switched. You've switched avatars with yourself. George Lucas switched avatars with himself. So that him over there is over here and him over here. So you switch with yourself. So you have the better memory, or the what you remember is different than what you would have over here for a memory. You've swapped spots, just like the same concept of a quantum computer.
The only reason I'm showing this because Don wrote, "Oh yeah, the shirt 13." Yeah, there's the image.
Yeah, what the fuck?
This is the middle of the summer. Everybody's wearing T-shirts, and in the whole movie, you watch Meatballs. He was wearing a Hawaii shirt, but somehow it looks like he's wearing a brand new bright white number 13 shirt.
Also, if you look behind him, the big boy wearing blue. Now, blue represents Thursday. I just say Thor. Behind him is dog. Oh, backwards God. G-O-D, God. You have 13 in the corner. Eric's going past it.
Oh, no. I was trying to find a clearer picture.
You have a backwards God. You have a backwards God.
Yeah, right here. There's a DOG. Yeah,
backwards God, and then he's wearing the 13, and then he's in blue. And if people know about the color blue, Blue has been, if you're into whatever changes or whatever your mind is fucked up, it's been destroyed by drugs or whatever, you can see these weird things. You know, the blue has been dominant in a lot of things, especially in paintings, Renaissance paintings, which blue is a difficult color to make, and all of a sudden it's everywhere. Even in Egyptology, blue. So anyway, of course, he's in the evil red, orange.
And then there's and when I'm saying it, like, here's a guy in the orange contest, and then you see the announcer, white t-shirt, white shirt with no arms, and of course, for whatever reason, Bill Murray is wearing a sweater in the middle of this. In the most movie, he was wearing white shirts in the whole movie. Now he was doing his run in the morning. He was wearing this red, but why was he wearing that number 13? Like, here's a picture. Boom. He was wearing Hawaii shirts in the whole movie. And
then he runs in a red sweatshirt, but that was the sweatshirt I think he originally had, was that running sweatshirt with the white stripes on the thing, and all of a sudden it's just a plain red. Like, that was the one he was kind of wearing, you know. But I don't remember the 13 or Hawaiian shirt. Maybe it was the Hawaiian shirt. It wasn't that 13 sweat.
See?
Brand new 13. Like, perfectly for the scene. This is like, and I don't think they made it this. I don't think somebody's intention was to make it this. In fact, I think this was also made by, what's the name of the director?
The Ghostbusters director, Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi.
And what is he?
Jewish.
There you go. Okay, guys. Again, nothing against any, but another Jewish director. And then the 13s are popping up, and all these things are popping up in it. Anything made by any of the Hebrew peoples, all these changes are in their movies continuously. I'm just telling you what you could find out for yourself by just going back and watching the movies. Then look at the directors and look at the producers and look who's put the money behind it. And you're going to say, oh my God, every time there's a movie with some weird ass continuity errors that I'm having a problem with, it's always 100% a Jewish director or Jewish actors and a Jewish director.
Would be an awesome show. Actually, Don, Bob and I did a show in the past about the Lost Tribe. Yeah. I don't remember. I can't remember the title, but we actually did a Lost Tribe. But that's
we do another one.
Something that we could do again. You know, and I got a plan for another show for next week too. But this Friday is about what happened to the dinosaurs, and of course, what happened to dinosaurs according to the Bible. So we're going to look at what scientists said. And we're going to look at to see what the Bible says on what happened to the dinosaur.
And I'm going to consider the dinosaurs a lost tribe. So I'm going to write it down. We're going to do lost tribes of Israel, which are the dinosaurs, on Friday.
Yeah, and then guys, we're going to be ending the show. But guys, when there's these other channels, right? One day, when they're going to do some kind of awakening show, I want you guys to watch, and when they interview somebody about what woke them up, listen to their voices, try to figure out their age, and see if their effects are matching of a real effect. And then watch Napoleon host and watch how they're like, oh, wow. And they're like they all know that these people are full of shit. They're not, just watch their age, watch how they're saying it, and you can find out who's telling the truth and who's not. It's so easy. But hey, if you guys like that angry stuff, you like people being angry all the time, then hey, more power to you. Have fun watching the angry channels. I don't care. I don't give a damn. But if you want to spot people who are lying about their effects just to get clicks, you could easily find out.
Also find out if they're Jewish and they're from California.
Well, Bob, I think we do need to bring a third person who maybe is full of Jewish on purpose, so I can start putting money on the channel itself, saying I need all this money, and I can say, well, look, our third guest, he you got to be a millionaire for that, though. Yeah.
You got to be a millionaire to ask for money like that.
Yeah.
Only a millionaire would ask for more money.
Yeah, I'm thinking about canceling my trip to New York in 3 weeks and actually go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Go to the studio to,
You can.
To make a
You
Mandela
can
Effect.
tell them that grandma's a Strozier. You tell them that dad's half Jewish, half Ashkenazi.
And he said, hey, guys, give me a shot at a Mandela Effect movie. I'll make you a real Mandela Effect movie.
Look at show them dad's birth certificate. Dad's mom's maiden name is Strozier.
And then Mandela Effect, I think Mandela Effect left, but Bob said he will watch that episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the episode.
I don't know if Bob, if you have Hulu. I know on Hulu, all the X-Files are on there.
Oh, I don't have Hulu, but I can download it.
I have Hulu, so I'm gonna find that episode too. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. We'll dissect it from forward to end. Well, I'm gonna dissect the whole thing. So
Record it for Eric. Give fun updates.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the whole thing. He always got the best stuff. It's like a crossword puzzle. When he puts them out, it's like, here's a challenge. Fucking A. I love a challenge.
Donate to me. And everybody donate to Beto Venom.
Yes.
Donate to him.
Yes.
And I've always say, I'm not gonna lie, I have where you could join the family and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I rather earn it than tell you should give it to me. If you guys like it, great. If you don't, I don't care.
I don't have anything on my show.
So
Nothing.
beyond that, guys, we're gonna end this show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have fun. And then Friday we're gonna talk about dinosaurs, why they died out, and what does the Bible say about the dinosaurs? What do they say?
Yeah, pterodactyls especially.
Yeah. What do they say about it? So beyond that, guys, have a good day. And tomorrow, Horror Talk, I'm talking religion. Actually, Horror Talk tomorrow is about religion movies, about satanic movies and God movies. So if you like satanic and gods, tomorrow on Horror Talk, we're going to be talking about satanic movies.
Yeah.
On that, have a good one, everybody.